All right, what if I told you that making an extra $1,000 a month online isn't just possible, but achievable, even for complete beginners? No, I'm not talking about get rich quick schemes or some magical push button solutions. I'm talking about real strategies that work if you're willing to put in the effort. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down three proven opportunities that can get you to that $1,000 a month mark faster than you think. But first, let's address the three major obstacles that are currently standing in your way. Number one is information overload. There's just so much advice out there. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. You've got YouTube gurus telling you one thing, Facebook ads promising another, and your cousin's roommate swearing by some obscure method that you have never heard of. Yeah, there's a lot of information out there. But obstacle number two is analysis paralysis. Now, let's be real. With so many options out there, how do you know where to start? The options seem endless sometimes, right? It's easy to get stuck in the planning phases, never taking action. But the key here is just get outside your head. Stop overthinking it. Pick one method and then stick with it for at least 90 days. If it doesn't work, hey, you can always pivot, but give it a real shot first. And remember, a good plan executed today is better than a perfect plan next week. And hey, if you're new to my channel, this is Startup 3. I'm Gary Smith. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I'm a business and marketing adjunct professor, and I'm an entrepreneur. That said, let's address obstacle number 3, which is the skills gap. All right, this is one that people often worry about, and you might think you need to be a tech wizard to make money online. You look at other online successful so-called entrepreneurs and think, I can never do that. I don't have their skills. I don't have their knowledge. Newsflash, you already have skills that are valuable online. Can you speak English? Congratulations. You can be a virtual assistant for international businesses. Can you write a coherent sentence? Hey, welcome to the world of content creation. Are you organized? Project management might be your ticket. Now, the key is to start with what you have and then build from there. Now, let's talk about opportunities, because there are basically 3 opportunities that I've seen beginners use and really do well with. And these opportunities, they have a low barrier to entry, which makes it easier for you to hit that $1,000 a month mark and in less time than you think. All right, opportunity number 1 is freelancing. This is the fastest way to make money online, period. Platforms like Fiverr, like Upwork, like freelancer.com, these are gold mines if you know how to use them. So let's break this down. Let's look at some real numbers, some actual figures here, and some examples. So to start with, let's say that you're good at data entry. At $15 an hour, you need to work about 67 hours a month to hit that $1,000. Now, that's less than 17 hours a week, totally doable, even with a full-time job. But here's the thing. Right? That's just the starting point. I want you to think bigger. So I'm going to share with you 4 types of freelancing that I found. These are the easiest to get started in. They can be highly lucrative. And I'm going to show you how to layer on top of that the additional components of specialization so that you can really significantly increase the overall revenue that you earn. Number 1, virtual assistant. The pay here starts at $15 an hour. You're doing basic admin tasks, but when you add a specialization, let's say you decide to become a real estate virtual assistant, right? Now you can be making $30 to $50 an hour within about a year's time or a year's experience. That's $2 to $3 grand a month part-time. Or maybe you opt to go full-time into this. You want to make a business out of it, and now you're able to make about $6 grand a month without ever leaving the house. Now, number 2 is content writing. Now, the pay here usually starts about 5 cents per word. These are for basic blog posts, and you can always find work on, textbroker.com or other similar type of sites. But the magic comes when you niche down, right? Let's say something like maybe SaaS content, or maybe your specialty is insurance copywriting. Now you can be charging 20 to 30 cents per word within about 6 months. Let's say you write 10,000 words a month. Now you're looking at 2 to 3 grand. Third one, graphic design. When you first start, you can design simple logos, and you typically earn $50 each. But when you put forth the effort to really build that portfolio and you specialize in something like, let's say, e-commerce brand identity, then you can charge $500 to $1,000 per brand package within a year. And that's more money in your bank account. And hey, if you're getting value from our discussion so far, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because the information that I'm about to drop could be the difference between you struggling paycheck to paycheck and actually building a solid income online, solid income stream that, well, could really change your life. Now, next comes web development. And at the beginning, You can plan to sell, basic WordPress sites for about $500 each. But once you develop your skills, right? Once you move into, say, custom web app development, then you can be charging $5,000 to $10,000 per project. And that's after you have about 12 to 18 months experience. But here's the key. Don't just jump on these platforms and then start bidding, on every job that you see. That's a recipe for failure. Instead, I have a 5-step strategy. I'm going to share it with you. It works. I know it works, and I want you to follow it. Step 1, pick a niche, right? If you're doing, say, data entry, maybe consider focusing on medical data entry or financial data entry. Why? Because specialists always command higher rates than generalists. Or instead of being a general virtual assistant, maybe you become a Shopify store management specialist, right? Learn the ins and outs of Shopify, and you'll be able to charge a premium rates for your specialized knowledge, or SK, as I like to call it. I hope you're seeing the value of becoming a specialist. Now, step 2, create a killer profile. And what I mean by that is highlight your skills, even if they're from non-professional experience. For example, did you ever organize a charity event? All right, that's project management. Did you run your family's budget? That's financial management skills. Now, let's say that you're a college student. You're looking to do social media management. Don't just say something generic like, I'm good at social media. Instead, say, I grew my personal Instagram account from 0 to 10,000 followers in 6 months using organic strategies. That's a tangible result that clients can relate to, and that'll stand out. Now, step 3, start with lower price jobs at the beginning and then begin to build your reputation. Think of this as paid training, right? You're not just earning money. You're beginning to build a portfolio, and you're getting real world experience. And then ask for testimonials, gather positive feedback and reviews of your work. For example, a former client of mine, Sarah, not a real name, started doing voiceovers. This was on Fiverr for $5 a pop. Not really great money, but it allowed her to begin to build a portfolio. And within 3 months, she had over 55-star reviews and was then able to raise her rates to $50 per voiceover, right? So these are the steps that will help you launch aggressively and really make good things happen for yourself. But you want to follow the process. Now, step 4 is to over deliver on the job, on every job, right? Go above and beyond to get these 5-star reviews, because in the freelance world, your reputation, that is your currency. And then step 5 is to gradually increase your rates as your reputation grows, right? Don't be afraid to charge what you're worth as your skills improve and you get more positive reviews. At that time, you can raise your rates. Now, another example, a client of mine, let's call him Mike. He was a college student. He had some basic Excel skills, and he started on Upwork doing simple data entry jobs. This was like 10 or 12 bucks an hour. But within 3 months, he had kind of niched down into financial data analysis for small businesses. 6 months in, after that, he was charging $50 an hour and earning $2,000 a month. This was part-time. So how did Mike do it? Well, he followed this very strategy, right? He picked a niche, financial data. He created a killer profile, highlighting his coursework in finance, and he started taking low-price jobs for the first few months. He over-delivered on every single project. He got some reviews, and then he gradually increased his rates. But here's the most important thing that Mike did. He invested in himself, right, in his education. He took online courses in financial modeling. He read books on small business and finance, and by the time he was charging $50 an hour, he wasn't just doing data entry work anymore, right? He was providing valuable feedback, valuable insights to his clients that they were happy to pay for. And that's the power of freelancing. You're not just trading your time, right? You're making money, but you're building a skill set, a reputation, a client base that can really turn into a full-fledged business. So here's the thing. Here's what I want you to do. I would say do it right now. Maybe pause the video, pick a skill that you already have or that you want to develop. Next, choose a freelance platform and then create your profile today, right? Not tomorrow, not next week. Do it today. And then third, bid on your next job within 24 hours. Remember, in the freelance world, imperfect action beats perfect action every single time. So get out there and make something happen. Now, let's talk about opportunity number 2, and this is drop shipping. And while it's not as easy as it used to be, it's still highly viable. The key here is in finding the right niche and the right supplier. And drop shipping is not just about slapping a product or a label on a product and then letting the money roll in. This is a game of strategy, of persistence, of adaptation. So let me break this process down for you into easy to implement action steps. First, let's talk about niches within niches. I had another client who tried drop shipping. This was fitness equipment. Sounds good, right? Wrong. She was getting crushed by the big players. So what did she do? She niched down, right, into eco-friendly yoga accessories. This is made from sustainable materials, and boom, right? That made all the difference. She basically 6x'd her revenue in less than 3 months. So here's the thing. Passionate customers are always willing to pay, or usually willing to pay, a premium for products that I would say align with their values. It's not just about the product. It's about the story, about the mission behind it. It's why people will pay, $50 for a Patagonia beanie when you can buy a lot of other beanies for $9 at Walmart. Now, let's talk about trend spotting, because you've got to be like a heat-seeking missile when it comes to trends. Use Google Trends for sure, but don't stop there. Also go into Reddit, join Facebook groups in your niche, follow Instagram influencers, be where your potential customers are. Now, next, let's talk about supplier relationships. This is crucial. You're not just picking a supplier, you're actually choosing a business partner. Now, I know a drop shipper who actually flew to China to meet with suppliers face to face. Guess what happened? He got better rates, faster shipping times, and even some exclusive products. That's the level of commitment that it takes to win this game. Now, I'm not saying that you should go as far as flying out of your home country, although, that might not hurt. But you do need to make a concerted effort to really build those relationships. Take the time and invest the effort there. Then comes customer service, and this is where you can really shine. Now, I'm talking about really going above and beyond. Now, one successful drop shipper that I know, you probably might have seen him as well, actually sends out thank you videos to every customer. And yes, that takes some time, but guess what? His repeat customer rate, that is through the roof. And then finally is social media marketing. Now, this is your battleground, but here's the key. Here it is. Don't just post product pictures. Tell stories, right? Show your products in action. Now, one drop shipper who I know in the pet niche was starting a daily eco toy challenge. Now, these were videos that he had on TikTok. They were showcasing his durable and fun products, and his account just blew up. It's easy to do on TikTok. So his sales went up as well. Remember, drop shipping, when you're doing drop shipping, you're not just selling products, you're selling an experience, a lifestyle, a solution to a problem. And so once you acknowledge and you master that, you'll be well on your way to building a successful drop shipping business. But here's the thing. Let me be clear. This is not a get rich quick scheme, right? This is a real business. It requires real effort. So only you can really answer that question. Are you willing to put forth the effort and the work? Because if you are, that opportunity is there for the taking. Now, opportunity number 3 is affiliate marketing. Now, this is one of my favorite for beginners because you don't need to really have any of your own products or services or anything like that. You're simply connecting people with solutions that they're already looking for. But it does take work. It's hard work, and it's about building a brand, a community, and most importantly, you have to build trust. Now, first, let's talk about choosing your niche, because you want to apply those same concepts of really niching down that I was talking about and gave you in the drop shipping examples. You want to take those and apply those also here to affiliate marketing as well. And here's the thing, I cannot stress enough that passion is non-negotiable. I've seen too many people jump into the make money online niche because they thought, hey, that's where the money is. Guess what? First off, it isn't. And most of them burn out within a few months. Now, on the flip side, I know a guy who's absolutely crushing it in, get this, the model train niche. Yeah, you heard me right, model trains. He's making over 10 grand a month because he lives and breathes that stuff, right? He's passionate, and his audience can really feel his authenticity, and they trust his recommendations. Next, let's talk about email lists, and listen up, because this is crucial. Your email list, that's really your insurance policy against algorithm changes. I had a colleague who was making great money consistently each month from affiliate marketing, and then Google updated its algorithm. This was just a couple of years ago, and his traffic, it just dropped, right? It was like 80% drop overnight. But because he built an email list, and I think it was over 50,000 subscribers, he was able to maintain the contact with his customers and clients and fan base, and he pivoted slightly, and he was still able to generate the revenue that he needed for his business. That's the power of an email list. And let me talk to you about transparency. This isn't just about disclosing your affiliate links. It's about being upfront with everything. Now, I know an affiliate marketer who was in the beauty niche, and she always disclosed when she received a product for free. She even talked about, products that she didn't like. And guess what? Her conversion rate on products that she does recommend, that was through the roof. right? They know, they like, they trust her, and she's not trying to hide things from her audience, right? She's authentic, she's transparent. They can feel that, they can see it, right? And it makes all the difference. And here's a strategy that most people overlook. In fact, they miss it completely. And that's really leveraging the power of comparison. It's easy to do, and you can create in-depth posts or videos between similar products. These are also referred to as versus videos. I have a friend that's in the tech niche who does this, right? He publishes, product A versus product B videos consistently. They typically outperform his regular reviews. Why? Because people who are buying, tech products and things, they're often looking at 2 or 3 different options. So if you help them make that decision, they're likely to reward you with their trust and their clicks. Remember, in affiliate marketing, you're not just a middleman, right? You're a trusted advisor. It's almost like a fiduciary relationship is there. You're the person the audience turns to when they need to make a decision. That's a powerful position to be in, and it's one that comes with responsibility. But hear me out. This is not a sprint. This is, a marathon. You're not going to see results overnight, but if you are consistent, right? If you genuinely care for your audience, and if you're in it for the long haul, the sky is the limit. So you need to determine if you want to put forth the effort in this area, right? If you're ready to really become that go-to expert in your niche, because if you are, affiliate marketing, that could be your ticket to financial freedom, or at least I would say improve your current financial situation or predicament. The only question is whether you want to seize this or not. Now, that said, here's the key to really all of these methods, right? I'm going to provide this to you because gone are the days when you could just slap up a website and watch the money roll in. Today, it's all about solving real problems for real people. So I tell you, I was able to find 5 key strategies that were used by successful beginners. This is across all the different opportunities that we've discussed here today. I'm going to share them with you. And these, you may want to write these down. You may want to come back and watch this part again and take some notes on it. But you definitely want to implement them. Now, number 1, pick a niche, right? All of these successful beginners picked a niche, they became an expert in it. So don't try to be everything to everyone. It's better to be a big fish in a small pond than a minnow in the ocean. Number 2, they weren't afraid to invest in themselves, right? Whether it was a course, whether it was a coach, whether it was a book, right? They never stopped learning. Remember, your income rarely exceeds your own self-development. So go ahead and invest in yourself. It's okay to do that. Number 3, they treated it like a real business, which it is. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. They set up proper accounting, they reinvested their profits, and they plan for the long term. Number 4, they were consistent, right? They showed up every day, even when they didn't feel like it. And sometimes you won't, right? There's an old adage that says success isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. And number 5, they weren't afraid to fail. They saw every setback as a learning opportunity. And in the online world, I encourage you to see failure, just see it as feedback, right? It's information that you can take in, you can utilize that, you can adjust, you can make improvements. Remember, making money online, it isn't about luck. It's about strategy. It's about execution. It's about showing up every day and then putting in that work. So here's what I want you to do. I recommend you do it right now. Pick one of the opportunities that we discussed today. Commit to working on it for at least an hour a day for the next 90 days. Go ahead and track your progress, pivot if necessary, but invest the effort and the time first. If you do this, I guarantee that you'll be closer to the $1,000 a month goal than you are right now. And if you want to know more about how to launch, grow, and thrive during your first few years in business, just click or swipe the screen and watch this next video.